Welcome to Scott Cooks, and welcome to my strawberry patch. It's strawberry season here in Virginia. This is what we're picking. I hope you can see that. And today we're going to be making a strawberry meringue pie. Not quite what you're thinking. It's something a little different. This is a family recipe. It's been handed down several generations. You may have never seen this recipe on the internet before, and I look forward to making it for you. All right, let's get started on this. First thing you want to do is get your oven preheated to 300 degrees. Make sure your rack is a little lower so that when your pan sits in there, your pan is dead center. Just to make sure everybody understands how this pie goes, this is a strawberry meringue pie. The meringue is not going on the top. The meringue is going to become part of the crust. This will be filled with cold strawberries or room temperature strawberries and then chilled in the refrigerator. So basically what we're doing right now is building the pie crust and baking it. To get that started, I'm going to go over the ingredient list with you. You're going to need, now this will be in the description, exactly what you need. But you're going to need 3 egg whites, half teaspoon baking powder. Now, I know this one's going to be weird, but go with it. You've got to remember, this is a very old recipe, old-timey recipe, and I'm going to tell you what, don't knock it till you try it kind of thing. It is fantastic. You're going to need 10 saltine crackers. 10 saltine crackers. We'll crunch them up. We're going to really fine. We're going to need a half a cup of pecans, chopped up pecans. We're going to use a 9-inch pie pan. We're going to butter it up real good, and we're going to bake it at 300 degrees for 30 minutes. And then we'll do the rest of it after that. We will be using our KitchenAid stand mixer to make the meringue. And we'll go ahead and get started on that. So we're going to get 3 egg whites and a half a teaspoon of baking powder into the stand mixer. All right, I'll be using this handy dandy little tool here. What I'm going to do is crack an egg into this. The egg whites run through it. Yolk stays in it. All right, let's go ahead and get in a half of a teaspoon of baking powder. Going to use our whisking tool here, and we're going to whisk these up. Down we go. Lock it in. And let me get you a little better view. All right, you're going to need a cup of sugar, 1 cup of white sugar. I have a little less than a cup for myself. I know my strawberries are sweet. You saw me pick them out of my garden. I know what they taste like. And also I don't like a lot of sugar. So I'm going with around probably just a touch over 3/4 cup of sugar. Let's go ahead and get this guy started. Start that, and we're going to gradually add the sugar. Now we're going to have to whisk this pretty good to get the meringue. And I'm going to slowly add a little sugar in as we go. I'm going to bring up the speed here too. Just want to get some of that incorporated. I think I got 2 more speeds to go. And we're going to want it on high speed to get the egg whites fluffy. That's about half the sugar there. All right, let's move it on up. I can't imagine doing this by hand. Back in the old days when they would make a meringue, they would actually whip this by hand. Amazing, huh? Alright. We're going for what they call stiff, and you'll know when it's stiff. And that is the sugar. And we're going to go ahead with the final speed. There we go. We're starting to do something now. What we're going to do is take 10 of the saltine crackers and put them in a Ziploc baggie and crush the heck out of them. We want them to be a powder, just a powder. All right, the eggs are getting ready here. I'm going to zoom you in. Now it's not finished, but I'll show you the easiest way to know if you got stiff peaks. Just raise it up, and you can see it just runs right back through the whisker. See how it just runs back through? So we got a little ways to go. It happens pretty quick though. You really want to keep an eye on it. Alright, we're definitely stiffening up, but we're not quite there, so we're going to let that go. And while we're waiting on this, we'll go ahead and do our crackers. Get 10 of these guys, crunch them up. I know it's loud, guys, the mixer's on high speed, but we're going to take care of the crackers now. I got 10 in a Ziploc baggie, and we're going to do just exactly what you think I'm going to do to them. I'm probably even going to do worse than you think I'm going to do to them. See, that's not good enough. I need powder. So without busting the bag, we're going to turn these into powder. And the bag busted. Let's move them to a different bag. Now, I know a lot of cooking channels like to show you the ingredients, and they'll say, well, here's 10 crackers that I've crushed. But how many cooking videos will show you this? We crushing them things. We gotta turn them into powder. All I did was slip them in a double bag, so. Oh yeah. So you get to crush your saltines up, take out a little frustration, get a little exercise. Hey, we do it all here on Scott Cooks. Let's go look at the meringue. We're very close. The crackers are done, by the way. Let's lift that up and see what we got. Oh, look at that. We are almost there. I'm gonna get you a little closer. Sorry, I moved the whole tripod. See that? Almost, so close. All right, more noise. We're cranking her up. All right, my friends, that is stiff peaks. I think you can see the giant peak right down in there. It's just hanging off the thing, so that is done. Look at that. All right, what we're gonna do is get this off of here. Get as much of it in there as we can. All right, what we're gonna do now is simply take our cracker crumbs and fold them in. And if you work with meringue before, you know how this works. You know, you want to be careful not to bust the peaks, so we're just gonna sprinkle a little, fold a little, sprinkle a little, fold a little, and on and on and on. We can just go ahead and dump those in. And we just scrape the sides and fold, scrape and fold. Until it's all incorporated in. And because we don't want to overfold this, we don't want to work it too much, even though it's not completely incorporated, we're going to stop right there. Oh, that's good. And we've got a 1/2 cup of chopped pecans, and we need to get these in there too. So put about 1/2 of them in. So again, with the fold and the roll, the scrape and the fold and the roll. You've done it before, you know what I'm talking about. And you know me, who follows the rules, right? I'm going to throw in another nice little sprinkle of pecans there. Just because. And because we like pecans. All right. That's great. Look at that. That is the meringue that the strawberries will be sitting on after this bakes. I can already taste it. All right, what we've got here is a stick of butter. I've had it sitting out on the counter the whole time we've been working. It's pretty soft, I can feel it. So I'm gonna chop off about 1 tablespoon, and I'm going to grease up this pan. Really grease it up, big time. There may be many ways you could do this. This is the way I'm gonna do it. I know my hands are clean. This allows me to get right in there, get right up on the top edges, and really get a nice thick coat of butter. It's important for this meringue. Heavily buttered. Okay. And if you got butter left over, just dispose of it. It's a good use for that bag that broke over there, huh? Let's get cleaned up. All right. You know what's next. Me knocking over the camera was not next. All right, we're gonna take our meringue, pecan, saltine cracker mixture and spread it evenly into the buttered pan. It's hard to get it all out. Do the best we can. Just kind of scrape like that. Then off the edge and then boom. Okay, let's spread that out. What I like to do is just kind of push from the center until I get it all about even. And into the oven we go We're going to bake it in the oven at 300 degrees for 30 minutes. I'm going to set the timer for 25 minutes just so that I can take a peek. Don't want anything to get overcooked, but 30 minutes is in the recipe. And I'll see you back when I pull it out. Okay, the pie crust is in the oven, and we've got 30 minutes plus the cool down time to get 1 quart, which is 3 cups, of our strawberries ready. And by ready, I just mean we need to clean them, scrub them, get the ends cut off, and the bigger ones I'll slice in half. Some of the smaller ones I'll probably slice them all, even the small ones. Makes it easier to take a bite in the pie form. And that's what we're going to be doing for the next 30 minutes. Again, we'll need a quart, which is 3 cups of the cut, trimmed strawberries. So not 3 quarts like this, 3 quarts after they're cleaned up and to get the ends cut off. I'll see you guys in about 40 minutes. That's enough time to cook the pie crust and let it cool and get the strawberries ready. Then we'll finish this job up. It's a little over 3 cups of strawberries. I picked those strawberries between last night and this morning in my own garden. I washed them, I trimmed them, and I sliced them for this pie. I'm just going to let them sit in the fridge now until the pie crust is ready, which is in another 6.5 minutes. I'll pull it out, and then we got to let it sit and rest and cool for, I don't know, at least 10-15 minutes before we can add anything to it. So we'll see you guys back in a few. All right, there's our meringue right fresh out of the oven. Crispy. See it kind of crunching in right there. So we're going to let that cool. We're going to drop our strawberries on top after it's cool. Then we're going to cover the top with whipped cream. Pop it in the fridge. This is to be served chilled. Man, is this going to be good. Okay, the pie crust is cool. The meringue. Let's have a taste. Oh my gosh. Think whatever you think of meringue, 10 times better. All right, let's add the strawberries, and then of course we're going to cover it with this. You can also use that Cool Whip in a tub. Most of that Cool Whip in a tub these days, though, has high fructose corn syrup in it. And that is one ingredient that we avoid like the plague around my house. You can Google it and make your own decision on that, but we try to avoid any high fructose corn syrup. This is just sugar and cream. That's why I don't really get those tubs anymore. Ingredients are important, and we do pay attention to them. Okay, I'm not only spreading these out, I'm also pressing them slightly. So I'm pressing these right down into the meringue. Just kind of leveling them out. And time for the fun part. And there you have it. That's a homemade strawberry meringue pie. Strawberries picked from our garden, washed, cut, sliced, made the meringue with the KitchenAid mixer, If you like this video, please subscribe to the channel. Hit that like button. Don't forget to hit the bell for notifications. Please leave me some comments. Hope everybody enjoyed watching this. And I want to thank you for watching.